Pepper says, are you ready to declutter another section of this hoarded basement? I know I am. It is that time of the week again. It is time to declutter another section in this hoarded basement. And this summer, we have been chopping away in this section. Now, last time we cleared out the big pile that was on the chair, right on top of here. It was overflowing. But for today, we're going to be focusing in this area right over here.
Hello everyone, I am Miss Hart, and today we're getting back in this basement and we're cleaning it out. I'm home from a vacation. It was absolutely wonderful and refreshing and rejuvenated, and I have to admit that from taking this summer kind of off and just really being in the moment, I feel so revitalized, and I'm really ready. I'm really ready to finally finish that last lap and really declutter and really organize, because even though we've made this amazing progress for the past couple of years, there were still trickles of fear that I wasn't sure if I could do it, or being safe in empty spaces, because the empty spaces still kind of made me a little fearful and scared and was not a part of my baseline, because the empty spaces still trigger scarcity, lack, bearing, being alone. Those are the emotions that are triggered within me when I see a completely empty space, and that is slowly starting to disappear as I put these new coping mechanisms to regulate my nervous system, because my anxiety has not disappeared completely. I still have anxiety, and the anxiety is what triggered the hoarding behaviors to self-soothe. I've just found a lot better, healthier ways to regulate my nervous system when it starts to feel a little nervous, which is also building up my confidence that I know that now I can really start to declutter and really make really good headway here and maintain it. And I have a lot of ideas that I've written down, and I'm just looking so forward to sharing all of it with you. Okay, so this box right over here, there is a lot of things that I can let go of. And I've grown enough to recognize that this is trash and that there's no reason for me to hold on to this. But as I go through it all, it is such a reminder of how far I come and how I used to think. And this is what's really important, because I want to humanize hoarding disorder to you all. A lot of this stuff is going to be trash. It's going to be what everybody else registers as a very easy tossy-tossy. But for me, it was almost an OCD need that I had to keep it. For whatever story I gave it, I had to keep it to self-soothe my anxiety, to keep my nervous system regulated. And I kept things for a multitude of infinite reasons, like, what if I need this in the future? What if I can recreate this into something new? What if I can recycle it better to keep it out of a landfill? What if I could give it to somebody else? What if and that story went on and on and on, so that I gave validation to my nervous system that yes, it is quite okay for me to keep this. Yes, it is acceptable that we are holding on to all of these things because I feel good about it. It was validating every emotion that I had to confirm that it was okay to hold on to every single item that was in my house, because it was self-soothing not only present stress and anxiety that I was experiencing, but past traumas that I had not processed, that I had locked away deep within the bearing of my soul, because I did not want to process any of that PTSD and the abuse of that boyfriend and childhood bullying. I didn't want to process it. I was trying to pretend that it never existed. And though my mind did its best to erase it from my memory banks, my body remembered it. It remembered it because whenever something was triggered within, I self-soothed it with an object to make me feel better.
And my hope with sharing all of this with you is that this helps humanize hoarding disorder so that people can really truly understand the mentality behind this stuff. Because once you understand the mindset, then we can start to go into the solutions on how to heal it, on how to recover. Because even though those emotions were so deeply rooted, I was able to work through it. I was able to take baby steps forward. I was able to start to process those past traumas. And as I did that, automatically the need to hold on to all these things disappeared. You can even see the changes in my behaviors today, because in this bag, I'm throwing away 95% of this and only keeping 5%, because I can identify that the pictures and the camera are something to keep. That's something of value. And the rest of it is not. I can finally identify it as trash and letting this stuff go. In the beginning of my journey, it used to be the opposite. It used to be that I kept 95% of it and I only let go of 5%. So it shows that you really can heal and recover in your hoarding disorder. And the first thing is understanding it and why someone has such a deep need to save everything. But it's okay, because you can always turn it around. Right here in front of us, this is a toddler bed. And before, I used to feel extreme anxiety at the thought of letting this go. But now, I feel good. I feel no attachment to it. I feel confident that I can let this go with no remorse or regret.
Okay, so I do want to really quickly kind of peek and see what's inside these bins. I am 99.9% sure that they are hubby's bins, clothes bins for him. And I'm just going to label the outside so that I know for sure. And I might have a nice sweet conversation that maybe hubby this fall would like to kind of go through all of his clothes and let go of stuff. Most likely he's not going to do like a KonMari method video on it. He's extremely camera shy, very, very private. But it would kind of be nice to at least show like, hey, he got rid of 4 bins. Now, again, that's something I need to discuss with him and see where he is at, because it is his stuff and I'm going to respect that it's his stuff.
And I believe that's another huge part in everyone's journey, is respecting where they are, respecting their stuff, and also celebrating where they are and what they're letting go of. Because me and Miss Pepper are very excited to show you today's tossy pile. Most of this is going to get recycled as best as it can. Other things that are in good condition will be given away, and then the rest of it will be trash. I do my best to keep things out of a landfill if I can. And overall, I am very impressed on how huge this pile is. This really is a lot of stuff, because there's things in the bags. I didn't spread every little piece and item out. And for me as a recovering hoarder, as these piles get bigger and bigger, that's the testimony on how we're healing. Because before, I was not able to let go of so much stuff in one sitting. It could only be a couple things at a time. And each declutter we had, we've increased our baseline to have bigger and bigger tossy piles. Now, I still have the toddler bed in this section because it was just a little too much for me to drag it over to the tossy pile, because we're just going to bring it upstairs anyway. I just wanted to let you know that in case you were wondering why it was still there. Now, in the future, I want to continue chopping away at this section. There's a coffee table behind this, but above it, there's a bunch of stuff behind it. And it also looks like there's a lot of baby toys there that we're going to have to go through. But I believe that I'm strong enough in my journey that I can finally tackle the baby toys and also getting closer and closer to our 2023 goal, which is decluttering the entire basement. And my hope and my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to clean, declutter, and let something go in your home today too.